Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Murchison and this is my final presentation for my English Writing and Research in the Disciplines course. Today I will be explaining the disadvantages of fracking. To begin, we will discuss what fracking is. By definition, fracking is a process of drilling and injecting materials into the ground at high volume pressure to create cracks that allow for gases and oils to flow through. This practice was started in the mid-1940s and is used by countries such as Canada, China, and Argentina. Here we have an illustration of the fracking process. As you can see, a well injects water and sand into the ground that creates cracks that allow for gases to flow out. Now, although fracking is a practice that is used, it is harmful to the environment and it can create public health risk. As my thesis statement states, hydraulic drilling or fracking is harmful to the environment because it contaminates water, releases toxic gases into the atmosphere, and can cause several public health risks. For starters, fracking wastewater can be leaked into public municipalities. In a quote from her journal article, Where Does Fracking Wastewater Go?, Lindsay Cockle explains that although there are containments for the waste, it can still leak into water, and when water becomes contaminated, it becomes unusable. Next, we will talk about the environmental hazards of the air. When drilling for fracking, toxins are released into the air that cause air pollution and increase carbon emissions. In turn, these things may increase problems such as climate change. In a quote from their journal article, Environmental Health Impact of Fracking, Madeline Finkel and Jake Hayes explain that these emissions exceed the amount of the Environmental Protection Agency guidelines. Along with environmental risks, there are also health risks. People who live near fracking sites are falling ill because of the pollutions and harmful toxins associated with fracking. They experience symptoms such as shortness of breath and headaches. On the opposite side of the disadvantages, there are strengths. Fracking is good for the economy. It has created jobs and it has lowered fuel prices. In a quote from their journal, The U.S. Fracking Boom, Impact on Oil Prices, Frondel and Horvath explain how fracking has allowed the United States to become a big contributor in the crude oil industry again. In conclusion, fracking does more harm than good. It is harmful to the air, it is harmful to the water, and it creates public health risk. Yes, it has its advantages, but those advantages are not outweighed by the disadvantages. That is all for the presentation. Thank you for viewing. I hope you have enjoyed yourself, and I hope that you have learned something new.